This week we're going to highlight planting progress of beans across the U.S. as well as short-term weather trends. Then we're going to turn our attention to the export market and look at the unshipped sales here as we move into the summer. We're going to wrap things up with the long-term review of November soybean futures. Hi, this is Brian Bastine with Advanced Trading. Let's talk about the soybean market. We've moved into the month of June here, and we're still seeing soybean planting taking place across parts of the U.S. Let's take a look at nationwide progress. Now we're looking here as of June 1st, nationwide progress was at 84%. Notice last year at this time we were at 80%, so slightly above that 5-year average at this point in time. Let's now take a look at the history of planting progress here over the last several years. Again, 84%, we're not quite at the record pace that was seen there a couple years ago, but it's still, again, a pace ahead of average. And if we look now at the next 2 weeks from June 1st to the June 15th, on average, approximately 13% of the beans are planted over this next 2-week period. So weather permitting, we'll be approaching completion of bean planting in the middle of the month. Of course, the pace of that remaining bean planting will be highly related to the weather trends. Let's take a look at the short-term forecast. Our slides this week, as usual, are courtesy of T-Storm Weather. We're starting out here looking at increased rainfall over the next 7 days. We're going to look at kind of a 3-tiered approach here. The light green area in the northern area is about a quarter inch to 3/4 of an inch. Now as we move further south across the dark green area, that's 3/4 of an inch to 1 3/4 inches. And if we move further south there to that pink circle, if you will, that's 1 3/4 to 3.5 inches. Let's look at the timing of that rainfall now. This dark green area here highlighted is timed out to be around Tuesday to Wednesday. We're taping on Tuesday of this week. Now if we move further south to that blue area, that's more Thursday, Friday of this week, and down in the south there in that pink area, it's more Saturday through Monday. Let's now look ahead to next week. Let's look at June 10th to the 16th. June 10th to the 16th here, we're looking at most of the rainfall up further north there across the northern plains. As we move further south, and not so much rainfall forecast at this time. Let's now look at the 2-week precip forecast. Again, this is 2 weeks here. Notice across most of the U.S. here, quite a bit of the U.S. I should say, is going to be slightly wet. As we move further in the northern plains there, parts of the western belt are going to be normal. So it might be interesting to see how this bean planting pace goes. The tail end of bean planting may be slowed a bit with this rainfall. Let's shift gears now to export trends in the U.S. Let's take a look at unshipped sales. What this slide looks at is the unshipped book here of U.S. beans as of late May. Notice we're at a 3-year high here, but here's a key message. Although sales are at a 3-year high, they don't suggest a robust U.S. export program during June through August. Brazil is expected to dominate the world market into early fall on the heels of their record crop. And also note the absence of China of late. Let's wrap things up this week. Look at the trends in November bean futures. Now, November beans, as we tape here on Tuesday, have dipped back down to about $10.20 a bushel. Projected spring base price for 2025 was $10.54. Here's the key message. As you look from that early June period all the way into harvest, look at that potential for increased price volatility. That's why we encourage you to continue to work closely with your trusted risk management advisor to manage price movement. Now, if you'd like more information, please feel free to contact us at 800-664-2321. We'll put you in contact with one of our risk management consultants who'll be happy to visit with you at your convenience. And remember, we upload every Wednesday. Make sure to subscribe to our channel to never miss an update. Thanks a lot. Have a good week.